Okay, we are recording. So thank you guys for joining. I'm glad you're on tonight. This is the last live training for the group, and my goal was to go over some of my favorite business tools. And I'm just going to talk fast, and I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you these things so that you can kind of, keep a list of them and things that you might want to add to your businesses. But I also want to give you an opportunity to talk before I get going, and then of course you can ask questions as we go. So those of you that are on, do you have any questions you want to start with before I get into some of these things? Or you can use the chat tool or unmute your audio. Not yet? Okay, we'll go ahead.
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, go ahead.
I also have a baby trying to get into an outlet who's not asleep yet. Just barricaded in. When do you find that you use the sales letter? Because it was a good exercise. I liked trying to think about things in that way, but do you ever find that you actually write one, or you just kind of use that methodology for the way you talk about your business? That's
a great question. I used it when I was on the radio. So I did some radio spots. And that they needed some information about my business, so I gave them that letter, and that was really helpful. And then I've used bits and pieces of it in different posts and different email templates to my clients. So I don't often just like copy and paste it, but I definitely use bits and pieces of it. Oh, hi, Lou. Hi, buddy.
You can learn how to run a business.
Sleeping.
Oh, now you're busted. He's all wound up.
Oh, is that helpful?
It is, yeah. So just sort of the format is good rather than.
Yeah, I think it's super important.
Writing a whole letter.
Yeah, I think it's really important to kind of nail down what our business is so that we can tell people quickly, because a lot of people just starting out in this space don't have the, a firm foundation or an idea of what it is. So this helps kind of put it in a box, I think.
Yeah, I didn't realize how not good of a handle I had on that till I had to force myself to write it out. I'm like, I'm like all over the place.
Yeah, me too. It helped me to do the same. Did you have any questions, Sandy, before we move on?
No, I think I'm good. My challenge has really been time to do everything and keep up. So I'm really struggling with that. But I am doing it just slower than I should be.
So one thing that helps me is when it's like a super busy season of my business, I just remember that, I have times when I'm really focused and it's a push season, and then it kind of dips. And so, hi, Joe. So just kind of think about it like that. It's not like our goal is to be up here all the time, but when we have a launch or a new product or something, we're all building some new things. That's going to be, a couple weeks or month period where it's just a little more busy, but then it does it does ebb and flow. Thank goodness.
Right. Yeah.
So keep your chin up. Joe, we're just starting with any questions, and then I was going to go over some of my favorite business tools. So I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you have any questions you want to cover right now?
God, I have a lot of questions, but I don't want to go crazy. I guess it's just a matter of, I think the hardest thing for me right now is the branding. That's really the hardest thing for me right now. And just
the visual?
Yeah.
So did you do your Pinterest board?
I did. I'm actually adding to it, and I'm starting to get rid of things that don't work for me.
Okay, awesome. I had a call with my graphic designer today and talked to her about you. Okay. So if you're, if that's a direction you want to go, she can definitely help you by giving you like some starting places for it. That might, because I don't know if you're I don't like to have all those details to choose from. That is like overwhelming to me, and I don't enjoy it. So having somebody give me a few options really helps. Maybe that would be good for you as well.
I agree. And I'm definitely going to get in contact with her.
She's really, really good.
Okay.
She's not only good at her work, she's easy to work with, which I really value because I've worked with a lot of graphic designers and they're not all easy to work with. And she's really into the health and wellness.
I'm into that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having something redone right now by a whole different by her because I had somebody else do it and they cannot understand my edits and we just don't communicate well for whatever reason. I mean, maybe it's me, but she gets me, I get her, and she's into health and wellness, so she understands that whole thing. So
perfect. Okay, great. Okay, I'll definitely take you up on that. Thank you, Katie.
Anything else right now, or do you want to kind of go through some of this first?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that. And then if I have questions at the end or something, yeah, I'd love that.
Okay. All right, you guys. So will you mute your audio, and I will share my screen. Now, when I do this, my computer or me, it's probably user error, can't see you anymore because I have to pull this in front. So can one of you unmute and just tell me if you can see my tabs, all my tabs?
Yeah, we can see your tabs.
Okay, and so if you guys have a question while we're going, just unmute and talk because I can't see your faces, but I can hear you. Okay, so I want to talk about, and I'm sorry, there's a lot of tabs. There's a lot of tabs. I get a lot of comments about how many tabs I have open, but I can't remember to find all this stuff later. So I'm actually going to talk to you about organization, which I feel like I'm really organized, but maybe it's an organized mess. So that's sort of how I roll. Okay, so I wanted to start with the thing that I use the most in my business, and I have talked to all of you about it. I find it to be the most valuable. I do not get anything from sharing this with you. I'm not an affiliate with Lead Pages. It's just I truly, truly believe that it's the best tool for our small business owners, especially just getting started. So Lead Pages is a program where you can create a sales page for your product, good, or service. And a sales page is just a place where people can sign up for your product, good, or service. So you guys have probably seen me post mine for my If You Carb Cycle program. Here it is. I simply chose a template and I dragged and dropped my content. I dragged and dropped pictures, and then people can click here, fill out this super simple form. This took me about 2 minutes to create, and then they click sign me up, and it takes you right to PayPal. It is simply the easiest way to do business in a professional way. It looks professional, but you don't have to have your own website to do this. You can link this to your website if you have one, and actually that's exactly what I do. So I'm going to show you that. I don't think it's necessary to have a website to be in business, but so here I've done a little blurb about my program. They click the link and it takes them right to this lead page. So you can definitely have both. I just like doing it this way because this is so simple to create. It's actually easier to create than the web page. So Lead Pages is a subscription service. I think it's $37 a month for the basic package, and that gives you unlimited pages, landing pages. So another way I use this is for my affiliate program. And you guys should all have an affiliate program because it's really easy to do. So what I do when somebody goes through my program, I give them a survey at the end of the program, and through SurveyMonkey, which write that down. You should have all of your people go through, fill out a survey at the end. That's where you'll collect testimonials and you'll repurpose those. And it's where you can ask them if they want to be an affiliate, which just is a fancy way to say, do you want to share my information, share information about the program, and get money back? So I pay half for my If You Carb Cycle. So I pay $50 and the program's $99. And so if they say yes, all I do is I duplicate my basic landing page, and then I simply add their testimonial at the top and their picture, and this is their link. See how her name is there now at the end? So when anyone uses her link, and signs up, I receive an email from this site and from PayPal with her name attached to it. So I know exactly who is coming through as an affiliate, that I need to then pay out. It's just really easy. Now there's another option too, and it's called Samcart, and that is supposed to be a little bit fancier way to accept payments and integrate with PayPal and pay affiliates. I'm probably going to be upgrading to that in the next few months, but for now, this has worked for me for over a year, and I love it. It's just so simple, and I highly recommend it. So before I move on, do you guys have questions about lead pages? Let me see if I can see your faces. You guys good with that? So can you only see green now? Or you can only see green? Okay, that's annoying. Okay, I'll go back, but now I can't see you. Okay, so let's talk about the next one. PayPal, you guys, is just really easy for business owners. They do take 2% out, a 2% fee out, but I don't know. I've been fine with that so far. Samcart only takes 1%, but you have to pay for Samcart, whereas PayPal is free. So you kind of have to weigh that. But when you go to PayPal, and I'm not going to go to it now because it'll log me in and then, all my information's there. But when you go to PayPal, if you go to Tools at the top and you click on Buttons, that's where you'll create the button for your product or good or service. And you can, edit, everything about the button you can edit. But it's so easy. And then you copy and paste the link and you put it wherever, in your lead page or on your website or your blog or wherever you're posting it. So PayPal buttons are easy to use. Okay, another one. I want to talk to you guys about, somebody asked about scheduling posts. So Buffer is a service that I've used and I really like it. It's $10 a month subscription. So you're seeing that, there are a lot of costs. You have to kind of weigh them, but the ones that I'm sharing with you guys, they're the ones I believe in. I've tried a lot of others that are paid services and I've discontinued those. So I'm only sharing the ones that I think are really good. The thing with Buffer is, I think if you're running something where it's like a group, like a program where I'm running, similar to what I'm running, where it's a boot camp style or a health and fitness thing where you need to be in there all the time, I have found that when I schedule my posts through Buffer, it's really easy for me to check out and not really be aware of what they're doing. And I don't like that. I want to see your faces. I don't like that. I want to, when I'm working with a group, I want to be with them and focus on them. So that's the only thing to kind of, be leery about or cognizant of with Buffer. But you can also schedule to your Instagram. You can schedule to groups. You can schedule to, all social media. So that's nice. And actually they just recently rolled out a feature where if there's like a national tragedy like we just had, you can just put a pause on anything that's scheduled so it doesn't look dumb, like it's going to be a great day, when something horrible's happened. So, I like Buffer. I think it's really easy to use. And if posting to social media is a challenge for you to fit in, then that might be a good option for you. Try it for a month. It's $10. Schedule your posts for 2 weeks or the whole month and just kind of see if that helps your engagement and your reach. I think that's a good thing to consider.
Katie.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Does Buffer still have the wording on it when you post the video? Like, how it says like it's from Buffer. Does it still have that? Because I used it for a while from my phone and every post I put up before Facebook put out the scheduling timer for the groups, everything said that. And I was like, oh, I hate doing that.
It does say Buffer, but I don't know about on video. Like, I don't remember it being really obnoxious.
Okay.
I feel like it was small enough
that it didn't make a big difference. Okay.
Yeah, but you're right. That's another good reminder. In groups now, there's the scheduling option. So, and that works really well. So, occasionally I use that if I'm, you know, I'm going to be away from the computer or whatever at that time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, another one, and this might be obvious, I don't know, but it's Google Drive. I use Google Drive for everything. Even recently, I just created an exercise library for my VIP fitness clients. So they get workouts from me, and then there's an exercise library. So they just click on the exercise library, and it takes them to a, it's so simple. Just this simple page I've made where I've linked the moves to YouTube video that I made. I mean, it just really didn't take me that long. So and then this link, you know, you simply just click share and you get the link, and anyone with this link can view my exercise library. So it's really, really cool. Here's another thing that I'm doing that I feel like super smart about. So I'm hosting this Women's Health and Fitness Showcase in a few weeks, and I wanted everybody to have all these handouts and information, and I'm like, this is going to cost me a fortune to print all these papers, and plus I hate doing that to the environment when most people are going to throw them away. So I ordered stickers to go on their bags, their swag bags, and I put a link to a Google Doc where I'm going to upload all of the resources. So it's a link to a folder, and I changed the link to be shorter and more manageable because sometimes these links are ugly. So I just went to tinyurl.com and changed it. But anyway, so that's on the sticker, so they can just go and upload their things. So all of my files are stored here, and the reason Google Docs are so great in the Google Drive is because you can access it from anywhere. So you don't have to worry about being on your computer. You can log in anywhere. It's attached to Google, so it's just really, really easy. I highly recommend it. Okay, guys. The other one I wanted to talk about is, while we're talking about those stickers, Vistaprint is really great for business cards and cheap. I think you should all have business cards. It's funny because it feels very like old school to have business cards, but I can't tell you how many times I've run into lately where people are asking me for my business cards. So I'm really glad I have them. But then they have other things you can add on, like this. My husband teases me about this mouse pad. He's like, who uses a mouse pad anymore? But I do. And here's the thing. When you surround yourself with stuff like a mouse pad with your business name, and you have your business card sitting in front of you, and you are really owning the fact that you're a business owner, and you are taking on, it's a whole different mindset when you really own that, and you know, it's, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it other than it's like, you know, dressing up for a speech or a presentation. You just do better because you feel more confident. It's the same with this. If you kind of have to pretend a little bit, you know, pretend that you own this space and act like you've already made it so that you have enough confidence to keep going. You know, you've got to fake it a little bit until you make it. So I'm all for that, you know. Act like you're more successful than you are, and you'll get to that level. Okay, moving on. We talked about Canva. I just wanted to show you guys something in Canva that maybe you already know this. Let me share it. So Canva has an app, and the really cool thing about Canva, the app is bad for designing images, I think, but the app is really awesome for uploading them from your phone. So all of these are just available on my phone now through the app. It's in a place called Your Designs, so I can click it, download it to my phone, and then post to Facebook or Instagram later in the day. Because to be honest, most of the time I'm not in front of my computer. So it just makes posting pretty images nice. And so I use Canva to do a lot of things, but one thing that I am enjoying doing is creating these quotes, and a lot of you guys have used these, but you know, I find a quote I like, and I give credit if it's like a famous person, and then I put my logo on it. and I love the white background. We talked about how blue is, really popular right now. So anything blue or white. This one was just a picture of a computer, and I just overlaid the text. So, I think that is a cool picture. I did not take that picture. So Canva, and it's free. So free is always really nice when you're a small business owner. Okay, you guys. If you are interested in a website, I highly recommend going towards Squarespace instead of WordPress. Squarespace is sort of like Apple. It's the easiest interface ever. I am horrible. No, I need to quit saying that because I'm not anymore. I've taught myself a lot of things through owning this business. But messing with technology is not one of my favorite things to do. So the fact that I can kind of enjoy making my web pages and things, I just created a VIP portal on my website by myself, and it was really not very hard. And that's because Squarespace is the bomb. So if you're looking at websites, I just highly recommend going that route rather than WordPress. Think of it like Apple. It's just super user-friendly. Okay. And then I have one more, and then I'm done, and I can open it up for questions. So the last one I want to talk about is an assistant. If you guys are kind of feeling like, or maybe just looking down the road at your businesses, feeling like you need somebody to take some things off of your plate. I have a lot of experience with working with assistants, and I've had some that were amazing, and I've had some that I did not work out. And here is my advice. If you go for an assistant, pay them well and get somebody you already know and trust. I am paying the girl who's helping me right now more than I've paid any assistant, and she is freaking amazing. I know her. I trust her. She's got my back. I had a pretty long relationship with a virtual assistant, and we worked together for 9 months, and she was very good, but we didn't know each other at all. And the relationship ended in a really weird way, and I was super confused by the whole thing. And, looking back, it's like, well, I didn't know her at all. I'm a big believer in kind of working with people that you get along with and jive with. So you don't want to let that cloud your vision of someone. They're great, so I really like hanging out with them, so they must be a good assistant. You don't want to think like that. But I do recommend looking for somebody that you already know about, or it's at least a good referral for you. So if you get to that point, let me know, and I can help you with some suggestions. And I had one more thing about that. But I lost it. So go ahead and if you guys have any questions, you can unmute and let me know, pop on or wave or use the chat tool. We've got a few minutes. We can go over some things.
Katie, I do.
Yeah.
Google Drive. I know everybody says, oh my God, it's the easiest thing. My Google Drive looks like a tornado hit it. Because it does. And what I do is sometimes I like to share the meal plans or something like that. If I'm doing a free group or something, I like to kind of put it in a form and then share it. And here it is. I'm looking at my phone. I have an iPhone, and I'll go to the Drive. For the life of me, and this is probably the dumbest question, I don't know how to share it to get it to that person. So what I end up doing is copying it every single time. So the file says copy of.
It's not dumb. It's not dumb at all. Let me just show you, okay? I'm going to share my screen. So keep your voice on so that you can talk to me because I can't anymore. Okay, so here's now my Drive is a hot mess as well. And it's just kind of how I roll. Someday it won't be, but right now it kind of is. So I have folders. I try to have folders for things. But let's say I want to, but there's a lot of things not in folders, like hundreds of things. So let's say I want to share with you this adrenal health thing. So you click on it, and then up here is get shareable link. So click it, and then anyone can view it. If I would just leave it at that, unless you're sharing, it with an assistant, and then you can change it to anyone can edit. But you just click it. Oh,
Yeah.
You can't see it?
No.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so here's a. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm on this file, and then up here, you just click this link,
Okay.
and then this is your link, and I'm gonna copy,
Oh my God.
and then I can, paste it wherever. That's it. Now,
You have no idea what I was doing. I'm
no,
looking
it's
at my
okay.
Katie, I was looking at my phone and I was just like, oh my God, this woman, and that's all it says. Like, it did not say 5-day meal plan. It just said copy of probably 20 times, because that's how many times I've copied it, and I sent it to this lady, and there's the link, and that's all I had to do was copy
That's
the
okay.
link.
It's all good. We're all learning. But here's something that I do think is confusing. Sometimes if somebody shares a file with you,
Mhm.
unless you click add it to your Google Drive, it's going to be in the shared with me section.
Okay.
So just, if you're missing something, just check over here.
Okay.
And then another place that I go frequently is the recent, because if I'm a hot mess and I can't find something, I'm like, okay, it's got to be in recent. And then it usually is.
Okay. That's easy enough. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Anybody else? Okay, ladies. Well, I appreciate you being on tonight. I hope that was helpful. I know it's overwhelming, and it can feel like you need to do everything all at once, but you don't. These are just a bunch of different tools, and just like I talk to people about health and fitness, you don't need to use all of the tools at the same time to get results. You just need to kind of, figure out what your next step is, and go back to our call where we made the action plan for you. Look at those notes and start with something, and then figure out which of these things, if any, you need to be successful or to complete that task. You don't have to do it all at once, and I know, as entrepreneurs we often want to, but it's okay. Now you know some information about some different choices. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you guys have questions. And is tomorrow Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay, so we have 3 days left of the group. So 2 more really meaty lessons tomorrow and Thursday, and then the wrap up is on Friday. But I have really, really loved working with you guys. This group goes really fast, but I was kind of like, oh, I have training tonight. But then when I remembered it was with you guys, I was really excited. So thank you for being a fun group, and don't quit yet. We've got a few days left, so stay in the page and post questions as you have them. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I
Thanks,
hope you have a
Katie.
good night.
You
See
too.
you soon.